Pow.
Oi, oi!
Evening. What's happening? All good?
I'm all right, mate. I mean, it's nice of you to join us from your bathroom.
Mate, yes. I'm in like the underground bunker in Berlin, in Brussels even. Yeah, I'm at
I'm
work.
just waiting for the shower curtain to go back and somebody lean out and go, "Excuse me."
I'm literally like, yeah, no, it's a bit freaky down here. I'm literally like three floors below. How's things? So good?
Yeah, very good, mate. I can't complain. Life is good.
That's
How
good.
about yourself?
Yeah.
How's Brussels?
Yeah, it's good. I like Brussels. It's quite nice. I was in North Brussels, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then I got the train down Wednesday afternoon, and I've been here ever since. And I finally go home tomorrow on the Eurostar at like 2:00, I think. I get home about 4:30. Should be nice. That's commitment. I've done 2 shows this week. I was on Man Like Triple G's.
That is commitment.
For the Batman Draw-a-thon. Great laughs. If you ain't checked it out already, head over to Triple G's channel and look at our Batman inspired drawings. There was everything from Batmobiles there to skylights, to
Batwang.
Poison Ivy and Batwangs. Yeah, it was great. But yes, good night. I think there was a bit of confusion today as well because obviously I posted it and it posted it as the show was happening at 8:00, but that's my fault. Maths ain't my strong point, nor's telling the time clearly.
I have the same problem, mate. I mean, maths is not my strong point. Being dyslexic, it definitely it doesn't work for me. Maths time. I mean, I said to you, I'll meet you here for 10 past. What time do I rock up? 2 minutes to?
Oh, it was like 2 minutes to. It was all good though. But I mean, we've got people in the chat. We've had them there since 6:00. We've got Triple G. Triple G is in. Where we've got the Poptimist, and then yet they're all confirming that the time is wrong. Is it 8 or 9 tonight? Then I had to confirm that it's always the same time, 9:00 on a Thursday. Chris Bell has said, "Ding ding, interested to see those cover picks. Absolutely awful week for me."
Yeah.
It certainly was. It really was. And then we've got Bat Dan Dixon. Hey up my ducks. Quack quack. Right, and then we've got Stream Element boxes always in the house.
He's so consistent every week. That
Mate,
Stream Element.
It was an absolute dire week for covers, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, mate, I really struggled because obviously we planned to do this last minute because obviously, unfortunately, Dan Panasian isn't joining us, which is a shame. But because we did this last minute, I had a quick look through at covers and stuff, and yeah, totally agree with you and Chris, man. It was a very shocking week for covers. Nothing stood out. Nothing was different. They all look really samey. I mean, I don't know about you.
Well, yeah, to be so obviously Dan Panasian was meant to be on this week, but unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, he's now postponed until next week. So next Thursday at 9 p.m. will be the show featuring Dan Panasian. So it'll be myself, it will be Tom, and we'll have Dan the Man on talking all things artistic knowledge, writing, everything from the backbone to where he's heading now. So we're really looking forward to that. So yeah, on the flip side of that, we had a lastminute.com switcheroony for the show tonight. So
isn't that what Booker T used to do, the switcheroony?
No, that was a spinneroony.
Spinneroony.
And he did that in the Royal Rumble this year.
He did, mate.
What was he, number 18? Came in, 56 years old. The ring cleared, and he done the old spinneroony, and then he got thrown out.
He looked amazing for his age, man.
He did. It looked wicked. But yeah, so we've had a little switcheroo. We had to read 2 comments. We didn't put it up on a community tab on YouTube because obviously we panned for Dan the Man being on. But we're here, and so we're going to get straight down to business. So Thomas, have you got any pickups?
Do you know what, my darling? I do. I do indeed have some pick-ups. So I've got some cheeky bits and bobs. So I've got the Avengers Disney
oh, nice.
cover that they recently came out.
Did you get that from Sad Lemon?
No, I got it from Galactic, mate. So he got it for me, bagged it for me. So yeah, no, it was one of the only ones of the whole collection that I really liked. I like the Avengers one. I thought it was really, really smart. Yeah. So I got that one. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I picked up all of them from Sad Lemon, but I think I'm not going to get them until they've all come out. And I think the last one came out 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think this one came out last week. So I got these when I got back from Cornwall. So I think it all came out last week. I got issue 2 to TMNT Power Rangers. So I'm collecting all of them like I did with the original series. So it's got that awesome Dan Mora cover, and obviously interior is done by Dan Mora as well, which is just incredible. Gotta love it. Probably one of my favorite books at the moment. I mean, I know we reviewed it in Andy was not that kind. But then at the end of the day, it's not going to award win anything. It's just a really nice, fun comic to read.
I'm still enjoying it, to be fair.
Yeah, it is good. I think it's good. Well, I mean, that one panel we discussed where it goes that way and then up and round, which I thought was cleverly done. I've never seen that before in a comic, so I thought that was quite nice. And then I got a couple of J. Scott Campbell's, obviously, because that's just what I do. So I got the Mary Jane and Black Cat, Dark Web.
Do you know what? I said I wasn't going to collect comics. Literally all I wanted to do was collect comics now and send them off to CGC and have them graded. But J. Scott Campbell's pumping them out. Like, he's pumping out the Mary Janes, he's pumping out like the Black Cats. They look awesome. But it's Marvel, and I'm not going to get sucked into buying shit paper.
No, to be fair, mate, the quality on these books I'm showing are shite in the nice way possible. But do you know what really annoys me? I love J. Scott Campbell's artwork. I really do. But I really wish they would stop putting him on books that don't sell.
Yeah.
Because I'm only picking up the books for the art now, rather than picking up for the story on the inside. I haven't even read these, and I don't have the intention to read it.
I think that's why Marvel are doing that, though, because they know that book's not going to sell, but they know if they've got like J. Scott Campbell in there, they're going to just at least meet the numbers.
Exactly. They're just tickling us J. Scott Campbell blokes by the bollocks and saying, yeah, boys, you want one of these for your collection? Oh yeah, okay, I'll buy one.
Quick question for you. So we've got a few other people joining. We've got Ashley Skyrim. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. We've got Comic Lad Simon, and we've got Triple G has joined again, and Leon Russell. Thank you very much for joining us on this Thursday night. Now, when you have bought loads of stuff off J. Scott Campbell's website, if he's doing like a Marvel cover, are you buying the actual comic or are you just buying the art piece?
So from his website, so if I buy it from Galactic, so like a general J. Scott Campbell, I tend to buy it and then read it. Yeah. Unless it's something like the Mary Jane Black Cat where I'm really not interested at all. But like if it's something like Amazing Spider-Man, or if I pick up something like for instance, I've got the Gold Goblin as well, the Gold Goblin kind of homage cover.
Oh, nice.
And he did. So I've read this. I quite like it, to be fair. It's not a bad story. It's an interesting read to see how Norman Osborn is now. He's not the Green Goblin. Anyway, in answer to your question, buying it from the J. Scott Campbell store, it comes with a J. Scott Campbell sticker of authenticity on the back. So I've never opened them. Never opened any of them that I've got from the shop.
What I'm trying to get at, is it the same poor quality as it would be if you was to get it from Marvel?
I would assume so. However, they provide them with different treated backing boards, and they always come in high quality mylars.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
So it's totally different.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But yeah, I'm sure the paper quality, because I've never opened it to check, but I'm sure the paper quality is still the shite Marvel paper quality.
Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up, mate. Have you got anything else?
No, you're welcome. That's it, mate. That's all I've got. Other than that, I've just got the love and attention of my wife and friendship with you. So that's what
literally Valentine's Day, you're literally flooding me with love. But yeah, no, I think if anyone out there hasn't checked out the Thought Bubble CGC unboxing that we did a couple of weeks ago, and then we put it out yesterday, that was a surprise. I think like a lot of the people was over the moon that we got. I mean, I was over the moon that we got 9.8s, and the whole thing for us is when we go Thought Bubble, we like to get like a memory. So that's come back that's another memory. That's 2 years down now. The first one was we got sent off comics, got them signed and sent them off through Hobgoblin to CBCS to get graded. They come back as a 9.8 as well. And then this year, obviously, we met up with a fantastic and gorgeous Carla Cohen to get her to sign some books. And then obviously through Scott's Collectibles, we sent them off and they got graded and stuff. I do have to give a massive shout out to Carla Cohen though, because no disrespect to any of the other writers or artists out there, but she really took time in deciding what pen she was going to use, what pen was going to work with that comic that you gave in front of her, and also the location of it. And I know full well, like she used the neon green on my one, which works perfectly because it ties in with Miracle Molly's green hair. It's on a black background. But she even turned around and said, "Don't touch it. Just literally leave it there." Because she didn't want it to smudge. So there was that uncomfortable silence of I'm staring into her eyes, thinking, "What am I going to do?" And then before I know it.
Let's be honest, you weren't staring into her eyes, were you? Let's be fair.
Well, I was actually looking at her husband, who was staring into mine, telling me to stop.
Stop chatting my wife up.
Yeah,
But you're right, mate. That
it's
care
great.
and attention that she took was next level. Normally when you rock up, I mean, when you rock up to James Tinian, he's just signing away and he puts it to one side and like lets it dry, obviously. And they're all very good with letting it dry before you give him back to you or that you collect them up. But with Carla, it was very much like, right, I'm gonna just give me a second. She looked through all her pens. She's like, well, I don't think that color's gonna work, and that's gonna work. And she like really cared about where she put it on the book as well. And I think when we went and did it, James from Comic Deal, he got his signed, but his is pink. His is in a pink pen, so it's completely different to all ours. And she took the care and attention to make sure his was different to everyone else's, which I thought was really clever. Really clever. I thought it was really, really nicely done because now we've all got it, but only one is pink and all the rest are green, which is awesome, I think.
Yeah. But no, yeah, it was a good memory. So if you haven't checked out that video, head over to our channel now, and it's there. And we also have the top 10 killer comics every Monday going live as well. So we are pumping out the content as much as we find possible. Ashley has said that's what he does. He does collection for the artwork. So yeah, a lot of people now are literally just collecting comic books for the artwork. Comic Lad Simon has said he's all for the Campbell. Ashley has then said, I've just sent my Princess Diana comic for CGC today. I would be interested to see what that is because I've never seen one before. So if you can either drop us a head over to Instagram, the Killer Comic Show, and drop us a DM with that comic because I'd like to see that. I actually would like to see that. I'm not sure if you're talking about Princess Diana as in the Royalist or you're talking about Princess Diana of the Amazonians.
Yeah, that's what I literally was just about to make that comment. I was like, "Oh, is this going to be a royal comic? Is this is this Princess Di, or is this Diana as in the mascara? Is that how you say it? The mascara.
The mascara. There we go.
Yeah.
We've got Connie Dalton. What's up, nerds? What's up, homie? Leon Russell. I'm surprised that Charlie's comic came back as a 9.8 with all that drooling over Carla. So, do you know what? I was very, very surprised that it did come back with a 9.8 because obviously it's a black comic. It's predominantly black. I thought there would be fingerprints and everything over it. There wasn't. But Tom, yours got what did yours get on it?
9.8, wasn't it? And I got both signatures.
And you also got a little pubic hair in it, didn't you, or something?
I did. Yes, I did. I forgot about my added bit of protein that ended up in my comic.
But yeah, it was always good. Like, it was a great experience, great meeting her again, and great getting the CGC that came back. And it was a very quick turnaround from Scott's Collectibles as well. Yeah,
very, mate, very. Can I just say one thing before we move on to the next segment or wherever our next part? Those of you who aren't subscribed to the Killer Comic Show and Geeky's channel, you definitely should be because Charlie's putting a lot of effort in now to bring you guys more content, more quality stuff. So you've got to give the guy some props. I mean, give those thumbs up, smash that like button, and make sure you're here every week because he doesn't half bend over backwards to bring you guys content, quality content as that.
Well, do you know what? Thanks, Tom. Right, but do you know what? Like years ago, when I started the channel, I kind of did like the top comics coming out for week 32 or whatever it is, and I was literally breaking over backwards. There was like 67 comics that I would sit every Sunday.
I remember, mate.
Every Sunday night, I'd go into the early hours in the morning and I'd make sure that it was all processed, ready to go live on a Monday. And then obviously life got in front and that. But then I've kind of fallen back in love with doing that. So it's literally, for people out there who haven't seen the top 10 killer comics, it's basically we all pick 3 or 4 comics and we whack them in, and then we let you guys know at 9 o'clock or 12 o'clock on a Monday what comics are coming out, so you can kind of head to your LCS, so you can head up your online shop and pick up the comics that you want. But if there's anything else in there that you want to see, like if you want it to be released on a Friday, so you've got the weekend to go and shop instead of it being released on a Monday, just drop me a message on here or drop us a message on the Instagram and let us know, because this is the people's channel. Like, do you know what I mean? Killer Comic Show is the people's show. So if you just let us know what you want to do, we can always facilitate it. But thanks very much, mate. I do enjoy doing it.
Well, man, like, I mean, your original videos you did, like, I know I'm one of hundreds of people that used to do this. They used to listen to you on a Monday, there with my pen and pad. So I'm gonna get that book. Oh, what's this book he said about? Pause. Oh, what's that book? Oh, okay, get that one. Yeah, so like, mate, massive hats off to you. I mean, I'd love to be more involved in the content that you do, but I just don't have time. But what you do and how you do it is amazing, mate. I mean, we should all be like, thankful that you're here doing what you do, mate, to be honest. So thank you.
Oh, look, Valentine's Day, filling my heart with love. Thank you very much. But yeah, Ashley has just said it is the Royalist comic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Wow, cool.
head over to our Instagram, drop us a DM, and we'd love to see it, and maybe we show it on the channel next week.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, we'd do that.
Thanks very much, Chris. So anyway, we do this every week,
We do.
and we talk about comics. So you might as well just have a little intro, yeah?
Do it.
Let's get down to business. Right. This is the business part of the show. Start as we mean to go on. So this is killer covers for New Comic Book Day, February 15th, which was obviously yesterday. Now, for you new viewers that don't know what is about to happen, myself, Tom, and Andy, and sometimes people in the chat pick covers that they think has been a killer this week, and then we put it to the vote in YouTube, and we've got like a table going, and whoever wins at the end of the year gets absolutely nothing. But it's just about all the involvement and stuff like that. So,
well, it started off as a bit of a laugh. Let's be honest, right? For people who don't know, who haven't been here before, this might be the first time you've tuned into the Killer Comic Show. But for those of you who don't know, this started off as a bit of a joke between friends where we'd pick a comic cover and we'd be like, well, that is cool. And then we would discuss it. It's gone on from that now to quite an intense battle rivalry between the three of us to see who can get the best comic cover each week.
Yeah. Yes, it has, and it's enjoyable as well because
very much so.
It starts to show off on a positive or negative note. So anyway, to start this week, we've got Andy. Now, unfortunately, Andy is babysitting while his wife is hitting the town this week, so he's sitting there watching us instead of being on the show. But he has picked Art Brute issue number 4 from Image Comics, cover B by Ekman Lawn. I'm blown away by this, to be fair. I think if this was a foil cover, I'd buy it. I wouldn't have no interest in the story whatsoever. But yeah, my work's been pretty intense this week, and that's what I've felt like from Monday to today.
We've all been there. I'm pretty sure I work with this bloke. Or actually, I take it back. I'm pretty sure I work with this woman.
But you know what? Like, after I did a 30-hour shift the other day, right, and I was literally, my head was pounding like that. But it's a good comic though. Like, I mean, now that I've seen this cover, I'm interested to see what it is, because obviously it looks like the character is either in molten lava, or it's in a volcano, or it's created from molten lava. So, yeah.
It's what? A volcano and what?
Molten lava.
Oh, I thought you said, you went, it's come.
No, it's come from molten lava. But I like the fact that they've got an eye in the mouth.
So I don't like it. I think it's horrible. I think if I saw this on the shelf, I definitely wouldn't pick it up as a book. It's not. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but I personally don't like it. But that's just because I don't like this style of. I mean, I'm not a horror person. I don't like horror comics, so this kind of would really put me off picking this book up. Not to say it's not a decent looking cover if you were interested in that kind of thing, but I will point one thing out. Andy took the mickey out of you, Charlie, a few weeks back, or mid last year, about your Warren Lowe comic where he used the real wall in the comic. Now I'm pretty sure those hands are photographs, not drawn, and that eye and them teeth. So this is been put together with photographs. Yeah. So I don't know whether Andy can take the mickey anymore.
I've got quite a lot of people, like Simon said, nice cover, what's the story about? So I'm literally just looking now, and it says, presenting here the first major work from the creative minds behind Ice Cream Man, re-lettered, remastered, and under its original intended name. The world of fine art is falling apart, and only Art Brute knows how to fix it. Alongside the Bureau of Artistic Integrity, Arthur Brute, the mad dream painter, must dive back into his very paintings that made him insane, or reality itself might just crumble to pieces. So yeah, it looks like a whole bag of mess, which might actually be an interesting read, to be fair. So yes, I hope that sums up what you was after, Simon. But yeah, head over to League of Comic Book Geeks and you can kind of read the synopsis on that, and give it a good read. I think I've got to be honest, the comic covers this week was pretty lame. Hardly anything out there to grab your attention and stuff like that. So I think all three of us have done pretty well to get something on the slides this week, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think this is definitely lower end of the pickings, but then this week have been really low. I think Andy's standards, like he would normally pick, this is definitely one of Andy's lowest things he's picked, I would say. Just because I just think it's really bad. If I saw this on a shelf, I'd think, bloody hell, who paid that bloke to do a really crap Photoshop job? Because that's what it looks like to me. It looks like a really bad Photoshop job. However, it does, after you've now told me the synopsis of the story, I think it does clearly exactly what it says on the tin. The cover is giving you exactly what it says on the tin. It's a nightmare art painting about someone who's lost their mind, which is clearly what it's about.
Yeah. Cool. Your one.
Yeah, so as we said before, it was a bit slim pickings this week. So I've gone for one that caught my eye, which is the Trevor Richardson video game homage to Legends of Zelda.
Did you make this yourself?
Say again, mate.
Did you make this yourself?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did make this. This is all done. This is all done in Photoshop. So I've just taken the piss out of Andy's. It's completely done in Photoshop. I just like it because it's a homage cover, and I liked the Legend of Zelda. And it really kind of, I saw it. I like the retro look to it. I like that it looks like an old video game cover for a box. So it's got all like the scratches and the dinks and kind of the wear on the cardboard. That was a nice touch. I don't know what Quest it is about, but I imagine it's something similar to, the Legends of Zelda. But it was slim pickings this week, and this was the only thing in the whole list that caught my eye, other than the one that you picked. So I wouldn't necessarily vote for me because I'm definitely going to vote for you. But yeah, see what you think. What do you think, Charlie?
Do you know what? I like it. Like I do. I like the Whatnot have kind of done this. Like they've done the old homages and stuff like that. Because I think one of the comics Andy picked last week had a homage to Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
And again they've done that. I do like the homage covers, but this is great. Like the Legends of Zelda is one of the greatest games that came out on the Nintendo and stuff. But the way they've really done this, like the Super Whatnot and like the Whatnot logo, it's literally probably just spot on. Like it's really good. And do you know what? It'd be really good if it came as like a VHS. Like, do you know what I mean? In the old Nintendo games catalog thing.
Yeah, I mean, in perfectly honest, what I just said about Andy's cover, I feel like this is the lowest of the picks that I've ever made.
Yeah,
I really do. Just I couldn't find anything else. And the only reason this caught my eye is because I thought it was The Legend of Zelda, to be perfectly honest. I'm not that a massive fan of this.
But don't worry, chat. I mean, like, don't worry. You think all is lost, but then
all is lost.
Mr. Geeky just pops up with this absolutely fantastic piece, X-Men by Miguel Mercado with a variant B. Now look at these tick fires. This is honestly, I've got no interest in X-Men. Like, and Tom, you know me, like for the past 5 years, you've known I have no interest in X-Men. I can't keep my attention with it, but this for me, like when I first saw this, I thought this was in Hayek Lee.
I did, to be perfectly honest.
But it's a stunning cover.
I mean, look at the shininess on the leather.
No.
It actually looks like leather.
Yeah. I mean, this is great. I mean, I'm not really sure what the story is about. If anyone's reading it, please do enlighten me. But this is the fact that it's on a white background and it's wicked. It looks great.
Yeah, it does, mate.
So yeah, I might hopefully win one this week. So yeah, it was, as I mentioned, it was pretty slim pickings for all three of us this week. But this are the ones that we went for. So the vote is now live over on the community tab on YouTube. Bye. The poll will run until the end of the show. So now, before we get into the comic reviews, Ashley has just said, I have 2 brand new comics from the States. This person created his own comics. It's all about alien abduction. It's all about alien abduction. Would you like to see the comics if I message you on Instagram? Yes, please, Ashley. Send everything over. Like, honestly, if you've got anything you want to send over, like comic book covers you want us to look at, and yeah, we'd be interested in seeing that. So yeah, please do. Please.
Yeah, definitely. That would be awesome.
Tom, you've just been told.
I know. I've just emailed him back saying, "Yeah, I know it's shit."
Jesus, Tom, it looks like a back cover. There we go.
I know.
Leon's like, looks like the screamy oil man is winning so far. The thighs puts me off this. She has legs of a menopausal soccer mum. But there's nothing wrong with a menopausal soccer mum. No, right. No, absolutely. Them thighs look like they could crush a walnut.
A walnut.
I know I like walnuts. So she can crush my walnuts anytime.
Oh.
So, moving swiftly on. for the likes of Batman Dixon, who's been in the chat a few times, and for Ashley, I just want to go over the premise of this show. So obviously, we are the Killer Comic Show. We review comics. Now, we review comics from the week before, so we are currently in week number 7. Which was New Comic Book Day, February the 15th. We are reviewing the comics from last week, which is week number 6, which enables you guys, if you've read the comics, to read, be up to date, so there's no spoilers coming. Normally, we put 4 comics on the community tab on YouTube that we will then cast a vote, and on Monday, the 2 comics with the highest votes will get chosen, and we will read them and review them. Because this was a last-minute switcheroonie for the show, we chose the 2 comics that came out that we were quite interested in reading. So this week, we read Little Monsters issue number 10 and Harrower issue number 1. Now, Triple G, I know you've read the Harrower because I've seen your fantastic short review on your YouTube channel. For people in the chat that haven't followed him or seen Triple G, head over there now, because this man has the most amount of time on his hands. He must have one of them watches that just keeps spinning out time, because he puts out content like no man.
Bernard. He's Bernard from Bernard's watch, mate.
Bernard and his watch. But yeah, Triple G puts out content as regular as EastEnders is on the TV. That's all I can say. So
yes, mate, totally agree.
This week we done Little Monsters and the Harrower. Now, up first we had Little Monsters issue number 10, written by the fantastic Jeff Lemire, with the art by Dustin Nguyen. And we had 2 covers this week. It was the main cover, which was by Dustin Nguyen, and then we had cover B, which is done by the fantastic David Rubin. Now, Tom, did you just want to give us a breakdown of issue number 9? What happened before?
Well, the thing is, right, you put me right on the spot now, because I can only remember a certain few bits that happened in issue number 9. I'm pretty sure at the end of issue 9, we find Romy, who's the main character on the front of this book, on the main cover, is helping hide the human that they found, because the others who have eaten blood are now hunting down humans, which you know they didn't expect to happen. And thus doing that, he's taken the human and 2 of the other vampires who don't want to eat humans into a crypt. And then by going in the crypt, you then get this kind of wow moment, because they've all been waiting for the elders to arrive or come back for them, when actually they've been there the whole time. They've just been asleep in their coffins. So he's just shown them the crypt and where they are. So this book, issue 10, kind of comes off the back of that, and you get a bit more of a backstory on Romeka. I think they call him Romeka, is his actual name. So you get a bit of a backstory on him. I think we had his story, like, I think it was issue 2 or 3, where they showed you how he became a vampire or why he became a vampire. But at that point, he could talk. And then in this book, it gives you the idea of why he can't talk anymore, what his backstory is, what his relationship is with the elders, and how that expands into the kind of going of the universe and stuff. And I mean, I think we've discussed this before. It was only supposed to be an 8-parter, and it's now on 10 parts, which it shows how good and how much people love it. There have been a few filler issues which we spoke about, but I don't think this was a filler issue for me. I need to go back and reread it, because I don't know if I give it the full, beans, if you like. I was quite tired when I read this one and the other book, so I need to go back and reread it. But what did you think of it, Charlie?
Do you know what I love? Like, I kind of switched off from Little Monsters when we got to the 8 issues. Like, I was read and done. Like, 8 issues was done. And then when it was announced it was going to continue up to 12 issues, I was kind of like, why are they doing this? Like, Jeff Lemire is fantastic at what he does. He's a fantastic writer. He's a fantastic artist. But he done Family Tree, he done Maze Book, and it got to a point in the comic where it was like, I've lost interest. I've totally lost interest now. I've switched off. And obviously, there's huge Jeff Lemire fans out there that kind of expect that, and then they know that he's going to pick it up. With this, issue number 6 for me was one of the fillers, and then it kind of picked up. When I got to issue number 8, I was like, I'm interested in this again. And then it got to issue number 9 when we find out more of the backstory. Every single issue has kind of been a backstory of the characters that we're looking at. Yeah. This issue was the backstory of Romeka, or Romy. Now, I'm not sure if she's a girl or a boy, because they haven't said that yet. We've literally, at the start of this, we're introduced, and they're cutting their hair. And yeah. I think she's a girl. I think the way that she portrays herself is a girl, and the way that one of the elders looks after her would come across as a girl. But it's her backstory of how, like, she became one of the vampires, how she became to not have a voice. And it was quite an intimate issue because it was all centered around her. And like, obviously, with everything that's gone on in the comic beforehand, with like the groups all splitting up now. In the previous issues, we came to find there was a rebel gang that was kind of in the woods hunting, and then two of the vampires got killed. Unfortunately, one of them gets captured, the other his brother gets killed, and it's we find out that the group is now split, and they're starting to, because they've tasted blood, they're starting to get a feel for it, and they're starting to understand why the elders didn't want them feeding on human blood, because now they're becoming addicted to it. Because the elders would always go off and they'd leave the kids eating, as you'll see in this second panel here. They'd always bring back like wolves or animals for the kids to eat, so they would fulfill that need of nourishment and food, but they would never touch human life. But then as the story's gone on now and the kids got older and they realize that the elders ain't coming back, they've now started to have to fend for themselves. So there's a half of the group of vampires that are going off and wanting to kill humans, and there's the other half, which is like Romy, I think it's you and Lucas, that want to keep this girl safe from this girl that came in from the people that were out there camping and stuff. They want to keep her safe because they don't want to turn that way, and unfortunately they have to let her go. And yeah, it's a great comic, and I'm really into it now. And it is true what Yuko Demands Treats has said. Thank you very much for joining, by the way, new viewer. Thank you very much. Little Monsters is pretty damn good. It really, really is. It really is. And Liam Redsters, thanks for joining, mate. Thank you very much. But yeah, it is a great comic, and I love the fact that it's in black and white, and you only get flushes of color when it's like quite vicious, when you see like the blood or you see action happening. But Romy's
paintings.
Yeah. It's amazing. Romy is a fantastic character because at the end of it, she's the nucleus of all of this. Like, you kind of find out that when the elder sits with her and talks to her, he's like, this, it all ends and starts with you. Like, literally, as you'll see there, like the infinity, like it all ends and starts with you. And she kind of takes that on board, and obviously she can't speak, so she needs, because she had her throat slit, but she needs a way to get over to the rest of the group that don't give up, like, but this is it. And even she loses hope, because at the end of the comic, she kind of rips up and thinks there's nothing left. Like, we're all going to die.
Yeah.
Even the vampire, even the elders have said, yeah, we've gone off to die, but it all lasts with you because you're a kid. You've got longer to survive. You've got longer to live forever and stuff like that. But you need to kind of rein everyone back in and teach them the ways of like the elders and being the vampires again. Because I think what they've tried to do is that with the way that the vampires have always, like, it's stuff of nightmares. The vampires are always going out killing, and you always like, oh, cloves of garlic and stuff like that. But I think the fact is that this was such a focal part of the story for me. Like, she's one of the main characters, and I'm very interested to see where this goes. If she can kind of get the group back together and rein it all back in, because there's three of them that have just become rebels, and like they've burnt down everything, trying to burn them out to get to the humans. So it's very interesting to see where Rome is going to be able to speak from this, even though she doesn't have a voice.
Yeah, I'm guessing that all the paintings that we've seen since issue 1 are going to make a huge. I think it's obviously going to be the story, the whole thing. Because if you remember, there's a bit where one of the other characters say to her, tell me what everything is. And then she draws and points at it. And then he's like, fine, don't speak to me then. And it's like, I'm pretty sure she's just told you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out all about that shortly.
Yeah. But off the back of this, so I read this on Monday, but off the back of this, I watched a fantastic film. I forgot how good it is. 30 Days of Night.
Oh, is that the what is it, Alaska? Is it what's his name from Black Hawk Down, isn't it?
Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett, yeah.
Right. It is a fantastic film. Honestly, it's wicked. It's so well done. It's literally it's such a dark, scary film. And I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And
it is a good film, mate, to be fair.
It is a great film. It's old school. It's like, it just doesn't hold back. It's great. It's not going to win awards, but I'm really looking forward to watching Winnie the Pooh.
No, thank you.
Blood and Horror. I'm looking forward to reading it. Watching it. It came out today, so in the next couple of weeks it'll be in the cinemas. I'm going to go and watch that because yes, people are out there saying that it's ruined childhoods, but it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's done. It's a bit tongue in cheek. It's done, and the writer and director of that has now said that he's going to do one for Peter Pan. And I'm well up for watching that. I can't wait. So yes, there we go.
Just no.
Triple G said amazing movie and the graphic novel is even better. Well, I might have to
I didn't know it was a graphic novel.
So yes, and Ashley has said, think they've done a second film with it. Oh, there's also another good film. If you're out there, you want to watch it. It is called Wrong Turn. It's the original one with Elisa Dushku in it, who was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Fantastic.
No,
honestly, my favourite film.
Absolutely not. No, Wrong Turn is an awful movie. Don't watch it. It's terrible.
Absolutely love it. But yeah, it's my favourite film of all time. So yes, this is Little Vampires issue number 10. Absolutely loved it. It's a winner chicken dinner for me. If you haven't read it, head over to your local LCS or your online comic book shop of choice and pick it up and give it a read, because it's definitely worth reading. Now, up next, we come on to Boom Studios' fantastic The Harrower, issue number 1, written by Justin Jordan, and the art is by Brahm Revel. There's 4 covers for this. There's the main cover by Brahm Revel, cover B by the fantastic Erica Henderson, Michael Walsh, obviously known from Silver Coin and stuff like that, with the 1 in 25 variant cover, and we have the Inhai Lee big variant.
Can we just touch on the big variant cover?
Hold on 1 second. It's like one mine. This is like one mine, Tom, because I've got this. Right?
We discussed it. You sent me a picture of it the other day, and I was like, I recognise that cover. Now, I like Ian Hook Lee's artwork, but wow. Absolutely wow. How lazy can you be as an artist?
Yeah. And I've got to say, it is literally like for like. Now, I know there's artists out there, and I know they have a phenomenal amount of work to do, and I know the timelines are tight and stuff like that. But it's exactly the same. Like, I've literally married these up, right? I've literally highlighted that and dragged it over. It's exactly the same pose, exactly the same line work, exactly the same art. For me, right, that's extremely lazy. Extremely lazy.
Well, I mean, I can't say anything. My favourite artist is J. Scott Campbell. However, I've been to a J. Scott Campbell art exhibition, and it may look like he's done multiple covers of the same thing that just have slight differences, but he actually hand draws them all out. Although they're all the same, they are actually all hand drawn out. Now, this In Hook Lee is a digital artist. Now, for me, this is literally just a change of layers, if essentially, which is really annoying, because I really like his artwork. But this is unless this is a homage cover to TMNT Last Ronin, this is very lazy. I
mean, I just don't think, and I've got no right to be frustrated about this. Obviously, like I'm an artist, I'm not a writer, stuff like that. But for me, surely when he's putting that out, he must think people are gonna people are gonna know that this is a direct copy of a comic that I did last year.
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
But that's enough of that. So anyway, that's Harrow issue number 1. So Tom, would you like to take it away?
Yeah, so the Harrow issue 1. I can't actually remember what the synopsis says about this as a book, but essentially, from what I got from reading it, the story is about this sleepy little town where not much happens, but once a year they do this thing for Halloween where all the adults get together and they do whatever it is they got to do, which gives the kids a chance to, I don't know, mess about, if you like, and just kind of be kids. You're talking teenagers, like at high school kind of thing in America. And the premise behind this is in their town, they've got this kind of sleepy, murderous kind of creature that they kind of have as like a folklore, who's called the Harrow. Now, none of the kids believe in it, but all the adults do. And right from the get-go, not even, I think it's like 2 pages in, the local police officer gets murdered by the Harrow. So you know that it's real. You know it's going to be part of the story. You know it's going to be a big thing. Then obviously you get the next part of the story is you get the classroom and you get the kids, you get introduced to the characters. I actually I'll be honest, I thought the character building in this, the way it's written, was really clever. Like, I knew who was who, and I could get straight off the bat, probably from the artwork, who was a jock, who was not a jock, who was a geek, who wasn't a geek, who was like your nerdy type characters. Like, they really hit all the stereotypes, if you like, in a really good way. And I really engaged with it. And I thought, do you know what? This is going to be really good. And I thought, to start with, I thought the artwork's a little bit, I don't know, is it a bit samey? Like, have I seen this style of art before? Is it a little bit not quite up my street, but it lends itself to the story. I think it really lends itself to the story, and as it kind of progresses on, you then find out a bit more about. There's something going on in the background that's happened to the main character, one of the main characters' brothers, the year before in an accident. And the mom and the dad are really cagey. And the mom's like, I'm really sorry this is going to happen to you. And it's like, sorry, what's happening? What's happening to me? What's going to happen? What's the crack? Like, what's going on? So the adults are hiding something from the kids. There is one kid who kind of knows what's going on. And you find out a little bit later on that he happens to be the police officer's son. And then you see him go through some kind of doorway, which is like books, into basically an armory full of guns, and you can see where it's going to go. He's obviously going to go hunting the Harrow or whoever created the Harrow. Anyway, as the story progresses, the kids, they go off on their party, and the adults go off to their Halloween get together, and then they crash their car, or their car loses it. Does it just stop? I can't remember if it's just stop.
Yeah, no, someone's basically rolled out
that's it.
Stoppers, and they've gone over and boom, the tires have gone.
Yeah. So they end up coming off the road. And it's at that point the comic takes a very interesting turn. And it is good. And it is essentially, I would say, like I don't tend to read horror comics unless it's on the show. And I don't tend to watch horror movies, but this was a stereotypical horror movie with a good little build-up. I was invested in the characters. I got invested in the bad guy before I even kind of knew what the bad guy's background was. So yeah, I'm invested. I am actually looking forward to issue 2. And the way it ends, I was reading it in bed last night, and I did fall asleep after I read this book, to be fair. I probably shouldn't have, because I had a bit of a nightmare. But as I was scrolling through, my missus rolls over and she's like, what are you doing? And I was on the last panel. Now, we haven't got the last panel on here, but what happens in the last panel, my missus is like, what are you reading? What is this? I thought this was a comic book. I was like, it is a comic book. She's like, that kind of stuff happens.
For the people in the chat, the last panel is she literally, that female on the right hand side literally just has her head yanked from her body by the chain that the Harrow is holding on to.
Yeah, so if you look at the right hand panel that Charlie's picked, if you follow it all the way down, you see she gets choked with the chain. The following panel, which is on the last panel of the whole book, is just her head popping off completely. Which is awesome.
I mean, I like this. I got very much. I mean, I think Triple G read Basket Full of Heads and Refrigerator Full of Heads from DC Black Label. I got the vibes of that from this.
Yes,
like, I love that. That was like Basket Full of Heads in 2021 was one of my favorite comics. Like, I loved it. I love the whole premise of it. I love the whole concept of it, and I love the whole like supernatural element to it.
Yeah,
this for me straight off the bat, it just got going. It went from 0 to 100 pretty fast. Absolutely. And like, normally with horror comics, you don't kind of see the villain until at least issue 1, at the end of issue 1, or going into like issue 2. But we kind of get to see the Harrower literally in the second page. And you're already thinking, this is a town that's full of secrets. The adults know far too much. They're trying to keep their kids from it. They don't want them to make the same mistakes that they made. And there's kind of like elements of all different horror movies. You kind of got elements of Halloween, Friday the 13th, even It. There's everything in here. It's kind of like the Nightmare on Elm Street type of there. Like, you don't want people out after dark, and there's only one time a year where all the parents can go off and do what they got to do, while all the children can go off and like go to parties and stuff. I thought this was great. Like, I thought the artwork on this was fantastic. I like the graininess of it. I like the character development of it. I like the shading of like the colors, and it just really worked. And I really, really enjoyed it. And I think this coming from Boom Studios is, again, Boom. We said it a few years ago. Boom can do no wrong, and I think they're kind of getting back up to that now. Like, I think they shot themselves in the foot massively with Berserker, because for me, that was one of the worst comics I've ever read. Like, it was a cash cow for Keanu Reeves. Like, and it did what it did. But Boom Studios, this for me, if this was made into a TV series, I think this would do fantastically.
Like, I couldn't disagree with you on that one, mate, to be honest.
Great. Like, the whole thing about this Harrower. So obviously the police officer is like, we should never have made you. So there's something there. I don't know if they've done like seance or voodoos or Ouija boards and stuff like that, but they've created this character. Now, I don't know if it could be going into it, whereas like he might have been a rapist or a paedophile or something like that they killed, and they kind of put it to rest, and they killed in their early days so the kids would never know it, and he's come back to haunt. Like I think one of the girls says it's the 10th anniversary. Now it's either the 10th anniversary of her brother Graham dying in a car crash, or it's the 10th anniversary of when the Harrower first began to call shit on this town. But yeah, I think he's got his fanboys. I think he's got his like little thing, because at the end of the comic, you kind of see the guy that looks like Shaggy out of Scooby Doo. He kind of bows down and says, "I've been waiting for this minute. I'm so glad that you're with me. I've been waiting for this minute." And then he bends down and says, "Like you're the servant to the devil. I'm the servant to you." So I'm interested to see where this goes, because yeah, I'm loving my horror comics, and I'm loving like how this story's looking at and at the speed that it's going. I'm looking forward to this.
Do you know what I really liked about it? From like someone who doesn't read horror comics, it was very simple.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very simple story and a very simply drawn, and that didn't kind of detract from how good it was.
Yeah.
Like it was simple enough to follow, it was simple enough to understand who was who, and it was simple enough to follow the artwork. Like there was nothing too complicated about it, but it was done in such a way that you were able to follow quite quickly through the whole book and be like, oh, let's have issue 2 now then, please.
Oh,
And for someone who didn't, yeah, go on.
I really enjoyed this book. Only 4 issues as well, so hopefully a complete tale. So exactly, so it's only 4 issues. Like I think Basketful of Head was only like 6. So I like the fact that they get down to it, they get straight to the point, and it's a supernatural horror. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, it was good. Killer.
Winner, chicken dinner. So let's have a quick check on the votes. We've got me in last place with 24%.
How?
You've got Tom in 34% in second place, and then you've got Andy running away with it strangely with 41% of the votes.
Oh, mate, Andy's got bots, man. I'm telling you, no way are you losing this. I can't understand.
There's got to be something going on, because there's only 4 people in the chat, yet there's been 29 votes cast. So
really brilliant. I love it. Well done.
But anyway, it's all fun and games. So we are now going to get down to the Killer Comic Show Killer Picks. Now, there's only one this week because I was going to pick Alice Ever After, but it's been released in the United States. It was meant to come out yesterday, but it's been put back until April now.
Really?
Yeah, really gutted about it. I spoke to Dan and he was like, yeah, it seems to have been put back. Don't know why. So reading the individual issues, it is for me. But Andy has picked Dark Horse's Blue Book issue number 1, written by the very talented and ever busy James Tynan V. Is it the 5th? Yeah, James Tynan.
I think so, mate. Yeah.
James Tynan V. James Tynan IV, sorry, and art by Michael Avon Owen. Cover price is $4.99. Now, this is the ambitious non-fiction comic book experience depicting the true stories of UFO abductions with an eye to capturing the strange essence of those encounters. In this debut issue, Tynan presents what he calls his true weird stories, tales of ordinary people encountering the strange and the impossible. Teaming up with artist Michael Avon Owen, they retell some of the most popular UFO and alien encounters, starting with the infamous Betty and Barney Hill abduction, the widely publicized and very first abduction that went on to shape and influence all future encountered stories.
Do you think he's going to cover Al Ewing's abduction?
I think maybe, because this is very much like the X Factor. X Factor? No, it's definitely not the X Factor.
It's not the X-Files.
X-Files, that's the one. Yes, with Mulder and Scully. I'm all for this. Like, I love my supernatural. I end up going down wormholes and alien abductions, and I'm a conspiracy theorist. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to read this. Definitely looking forward to reading this one. What about you?
I might miss this one. I'm not massively into the whole UFO abductions things. However, saying that, if, for instance, yourself and Andy were to read it and then tell me it was good, I would read it for sure. But it's not something that I would go out to buy and read. It even the premise hasn't sold it for me. I mean, I like James Tynion. I think he's a great writer, but I didn't like Department of Truth. So if this is going to be a bit like that, I would probably just step out. I like James Tynion. I think he's really clever with the way he's done Something's Killing the Children, and The Closet was incredible because it was such a good talking point for us. I mean, that was a really good book. But some of the other stuff, like the Department of Truth, because he's a really clever man, he tends to use clever words and clever, hidden meanings behind stuff. And I felt with Department of Truth, I needed a dictionary alongside me. Now, if you need a dictionary alongside you to read a comic book, you probably shouldn't be reading that comic book.
Yeah.
So from a dyslexic point of view, I do try to avoid James Tynion's work unless someone tells me it's good, and then I'll go and read it.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to be good, and I think the fact that it's like true events, I'll just get sucked in by that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to read that. Boom Ting Selector. So yes.
Boom
So
Ting.
we've gone for the killer toy pick as well. Again, Andy smashing it out of the park with this one. He has gone for the Hasbro Ant-Man Movie Legends Kang 6-inch action figure. Now this is $24.99. This is available in shops from. I'm guessing it's either, if it's not there now, it will be out shortly. From the Hasbro Toy Group, bring the excitement and wonder of the Marvel Universe to your collection with action figures from Hasbro Marvel Legends series. Obviously, Kang going to be smashing the ball out of the park and everything else in Ant-Man Quantumania. And I've heard that he makes Thanos look like a little child with what he's got planned. I definitely think he's going to be the most powerful villain in the Marvel universe.
Well, there is a top tiering rank list, aren't there? Isn't there? And Kang is up there as one of the highest villainous characters within the Marvel universe. However, if you put him in a fight with Thanos, fist to fist, Thanos would win. However, power level wise, he's definitely higher than Thanos.
Mm-hmm. But this is a nice figure, you know. Like
it is quite smart.
I'm definitely getting into buying like 6-inch and figures and my hot toys and stuff. 6-inch figures. I think Triple G posted that the Batman 89. There's a company that's releasing the Batmobile and also the Michael Keaton Batman figure. I'm so contemplating getting it on a pre-order. It's quite cheap. I think it's like £400 or something, but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely
surely that's an investment though.
It's fantastic, and like the Batmobile itself looks amazing. So I've been contemplating it since Pete made his post. I'm kind of like, can I? Because now I'm not spending money on comics and I'm investing them in CGCs and stuff. I think I've got that extra sustainability of money to invest somewhere else.
Oh yeah, of course.
So yeah, definitely gonna do that.
I've got buying comics to pay my bills.
UK Demands Treats says, is it an anthology series? I'm not actually sure. I will, if you have an Instagram, I will hit you up and let you know if it is. But with it being like true to life and James Tynion, it probably is. So we are already at the topic table part of the show. I've been looking forward to this one. So every single week we will pick a topic that we will go into discussion about, and then you in the chat can get involved as well. Now, obviously, big thing is the Super Bowl. There was
the Super Bowl,
numerous trailers, clips, adverts. That it was glorious. It was glorious. I really enjoyed watching all of them. So we've kind of picked the best trailers that we kind of thought and we want to discuss. So up first, we have It Could Only Be the Flash movie. So these are the three fantastic like movie posters they brought out. Obviously, we've got Ezra Miller's Flash, we've got Michael Keaton's Batman, and then we have, I can't remember her name, but that's Supergirl.
Yes.
But the trailer for this is fantastic, like absolutely amazing. And I think we can all agree that the two most famous words that we never thought we would hear him say again has been said.
Well, did he ever say "I am Batman" back in the day? I don't remember him ever saying it. I thought Christian Bale was the first person to do that. So it was amazing to see my Batman that I remember growing up with, who I would consider as my Batman, Michael Keaton, going, "I am Batman." Because yes, you are, my friend.
I just thought I'm not really a lover of Flash in comic form or in movie form or in TV form and stuff. But I definitely want to see this film. And I think the main thing for me not wanting to see it was because of the whole thing of Ezra Miller, the way that he portrays himself when he's not in character and the way that he kind of deals with his fans and his off-camera persona and stuff like that. Whatever. But I'm really interested in seeing this film. Now I've seen the trailer. Now I know that Batman's in it. Now Supergirl's in it and stuff like that. I'm like, you don't just get one Batman, you get two for the price of one. You've got Michael Keaton and you've got Ben Affleck. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, I'm looking forward to it. Like, it looks exceptional, and I'm really looking forward to this.
I felt like a little boy like a little kid again, getting really excited about going to the cinema. I haven't got excited about going to the cinema for years.
Yeah.
So watching this trailer made me think, oh my God, I'm so excited for that movie to come out. I cannot wait. I actually really want to go to the cinema and see this. Like, it's been a while since I've felt like that.
Yeah.
Just the nostalgic view for seeing Keaton back in the Batman suit, the kind of rewriting of history where you get Supergirl rather than Superman. I really like the idea of that. Her costume is awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
And then like just seeing Batfleck come back as Batman for a small period of time, just to like, and I mean, I know that James Gunn is resetting the universe.
Yeah.
And I guess this is the start of that, because he's going to reset it from here. So this kind of feels like a bit of a bittersweet, because this is it. This is the last time we'll see this lot as these characters, because James Gunn's going to rewrite it, which is a shame. But at the same time, what a way to end with Michael Keaton coming back as Batman.
It is exciting. Yeah, it is exciting. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. We haven't got long, June the 16th. So there's obviously going to be like a few more trailers coming out as well like that. But I think the whole portrayal of this is, I can't wait. I can't even think of how it's going to end. Do you know what I mean? I really want to get invested in this now, and I didn't want to because it's Flash and I'm not really, but I'm all in. I'm all in for this. I can't wait.
Do you know what they need, or what I think they should do within this? There should be a point where Flash is talking to Batman, but he's talking so fast that time moves around him. What should happen is Michael Keaton should stand there and flash up as Val Kilmer, and then George Clooney, and then Christian Bale, and then Batfleck, and then back to even Patterson to drop up. Like, that would be awesome.
Yeah. No, you never know. That might be in the outtakes.
It could be, mate. I mean, if it does, you heard it here first as an idea.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to that. So that's June 16th. Then we have, now this for me was what I was extremely excited about. Now, the trailer for this, it starts off with like an advert for two plumbers.
So good.
Dun, 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 dun. That just got me. Like, it was nostalgic. It was amazing. It's the Super Mario Brothers. Like, I cannot wait for this. We are introduced to Donkey Kong, and I kind of got Super Smash Bros vibes from this, where they're kind of running towards each other, and then Donkey Kong literally just rips a piss out of him. He's got the cat suit. He's got the cat suit, and he's like laughing and everything. This film, I think this is one of my most highly anticipated releases that I'm really looking forward to, because I've got 3 young children. They've all got Switches. We all play Mario. We all play Smash Bros. We've all played Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart, Luigi's Mansion and stuff like that. So we're very much involved in it. And I can't wait for them to relive my childhood by going to see this film, because I grew up with the Bob Hoskins Mario. And then the cartoon series that was on every Saturday at 9 o'clock. I grew up with that. So for them to be able to see that at this level, at this way that it's been produced, and it's going to be fantastic. And I'm so looking forward to it.
I mean, look how beautiful the animation is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so beautiful. I mean, they've done such a good job. I mean, I like those of you who have seen the trailer. It's amazing. Those of you who haven't seen the trailer, you have to go and see it. The advert that they do is so clever. It is actually like an American plumber's advert. It's so well done. I literally saw it and I was like, this is incredible. My heart is exploding with excitement.
What I'm going to do after this is they post a number on it. They say like 555, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to ring it and see and see what happens, because I'd love, if it's the same as what I think Marvel did in an Iron Man comic, you call when you get put through to Tony Stark's answer phone. I'm going to ring it and I want to find out what it does.
Do it, mate. Why not? And I tell you what, content. Do it, film it, and see what happens.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. If I can find a number now, I'll do it live on the show. But, I can't find the number. So if anyone in the chat wants to watch the trailer, give me the number. I'll ring it and we can find out what it says.
Yeah, do it. Anyone that's watching now, go and watch that trailer and just bang in the number. We'll do it live now.
Yeah. So from the writers of A Quiet Place, Adam Driver, who obviously played Kylo Ren, is 65 million years ago, and prehistoric Earth had a visitor. This for me, I said this on Pete's show on Monday. This for me is a horror version of Jurassic Park, and I am all for that.
Yes, I suppose in a way, yes, but it's also that kind of Predator, like, is it Pred that just recently came out, or Prey? Sorry, that was on Disney. It's kind of got that esque to it.
I've got the number. Right.
Going
okay.
for it.
Let's give it a go. Right. So
here we go.
Right.
Slide it back to Mario so they know what we're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Right. Let's get back to Mario. I'm going to give it a call. So it says.
So for those of you who are listening on all the podcast kind of platforms, we are now ringing the phone number that is on the Super Mario trailer. Charlie's going to ring it and find out what it's all about. So it could be quite interesting, to be fair.
I'm hoping.
The anticipation is killing me.
Yeah. Nothing's going through. That's annoying. Wait, is he busy? What's going on?
You'd at least thought it would have answered him like, "It's me, it's Mario."
Uw correspondent is momenteel niet bereikbaar. Gelieve later nog eens terug te proberen. Votre correspondant est momentanément inactif.
So Charlie's just phoned the phone number, let it ring out, and they've just said in their own language, "We have just accessed your bank account and taken everything you own. Cheers, thanks very much."
But hold on, right? A 929 number, right? What is the number in front of that? Are you meant to?
What's it? I forgot what it's called now.
Okay, right. I'm going to try it again. Let's try it again. I'm going to try it again because I want this. I want to hear what it says. So it's 929-556-2746. There we go. Let's see if we can get through. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. No, it's literally just been put down. So I don't know. But apparently, if you call it, you can hear Luigi will speak to you, and he will be doing. He'll speak to you as Luigi, and he'll be doing you an ad as Luigi for the SMB plumbing. So what is it? What would it be?
I've just had a quick Google. Have you got to do 001 first?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. 001 929 556 2746. Let's try that.
Thank you for calling Super Mario Brothers Plumbing. It's me, Luigi. If you need service, please text us at the same number you just called, 92955 Mario. That's 929-556-2746. Message us about any issues wherever you live, house, condo, mansion, and we'll be sure to text you back right away, because at Super Mario Brothers Plumbing, we don't say let's wait, we say let's go. Oh, and check our website, fmbplumbing.com. We're still working on it, so more updates to come. Bye-bye.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was wicked.
You've got to text it now, mate.
That was awesome. So yeah, we finally got there in the end. But yeah, that was wicked. Like, it's so good when they do stuff like that, because you can really get involved. So yeah, I'm over the moon with that. So yes, thanks for sticking with me.
Nice one. That was awesome.
So yeah, we go back to this one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is kind of like Predator, Jurassic Park, all shit goes loose 65 million years ago. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I am too, mate. I literally knew nothing about it until I saw the Super Bowl trailer that was on all the Super Bowl trailers. So when I saw it, I thought, this is cool. This looks good. Like you said, it looks like a kind of like a horror version of Jurassic Park meets Predator. So yeah, 65, sorry. Looks like a sort of movie I'd be interested in watching.
But I've just started watching a program called LA Bray. It's basically like a sinkhole opens up in Los Angeles, and they kind of fall through into a parallel universe, which is where they are in LA. But there's dinosaurs, there's saber-toothed tigers. It's actually pretty good. So yeah, off the back of that, I'm kind of looking forward to this. And it's from the writers of A Quiet Place, which was a fantastic movie, suspenseful.
Yeah,
like,
so
proper shit you up. So yeah, there's that one. Then we've got obviously Guardians of the Galaxy Volume Number 3. Fantastic. We are finally introduced to the one and only Adam Warlock. I'm all for this, and yeah, Groot is looking hench in this. Gamora is kind of the old Gamora before she met Star-Lord, so she kind of like doesn't fancy him at all. Star-Lord's fallen in love with Nebula because he likes the color of her eyes. I'm all for it. This looks wicked, man. Like, but the only thing we know for certain that Drax is going to die in this movie.
Yes,
because he's already come out and said, "Look, this is Drax final. I'm not playing Drax anymore." So it's been sweet, but see you later.
But at the same time, though, mate, because James Gunn has jumped ship and gone to DC, this is his last Marvel movie. So I think you'll find there'll be more than one. It might not be Drax that dies. He might just leave the group. But it might be someone like Rocket. It might be Star-Lord. Any one of them could die, I reckon, in this one. And I'm really excited for this. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is by far my favorite movie of all time. It literally is in my top 10. Well, top 5, in fact. I love it, and I cannot wait to watch this movie. I just think it's so fun. It's easy watching. It's got a great story. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Really am excited. I can't even wait to get the CD. I can't wait to see what music they use.
Yeah, but with Adam Warlock as well, like introducing that this is for me. This is like the Marvel galaxy, because this has a plethora of fantastic characters that just keep coming to it, and with the addition of like Adam Warlock, it's going to be wicked. Like, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's going to be one of those movies that is either going to be absolutely amazing or it's going to flop. And I think it's going to be amazing. And like you said, with the addition of Adam Warlock, who was hinted at the end of the last volume 2, this is going to be a great addition. And like you said, the thing is, even if they don't do another Guardians of the Galaxy movie with this team, it's got such a plethora, like you said, of amazing characters, amazing universe that Marvel could really go forward now and do lots of, not necessarily Guardians of the Galaxy, but like do more characters outside the Earth and really introduce people to lots of other characters that you've not come across yet.
No, definitely. Then we've got Creed issue number 3. Now, I love this. Obviously, you might know the person on the right is obviously Kang. He will be playing. It's Jonathan Majors is playing. He's playing Michael B. Jordan's best friend in this film franchise, and they've kind of now come into blows because he's like, well, do you know what I mean? I was a better boxer than you when I was growing up. I was better than you at everything we did when we was growing up. You ain't running from me no more. Like, let's literally have the competition. Let's go for it. I'm a massive Rocky Balboa fan, and I'm one of them people that whenever I watch Rocky, I kind of get up at the end and go, well, I'm going to do fitness. I'm going to be a boxer. I'm going to do all that. Creed number 1 was great. Creed number 2 was great. But that's because Sylvester Stallone was involved in them.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's not involved in this one. And there's been a bit of bad blood between why is Michael B. Jordan like doing it without him? It was never agreed and blah, 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 blah. But I'm still going to watch this film. It's highly anticipated amongst like the fans that have enjoyed the Rockies and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to watch it because I think they're good films. Like let's be honest, they're corny as fuck, right? But they're great films to watch.
Oh, they're cheesy, but and you know that he's going to win at the end. I mean, that's how it always works. But again, you're going to watch it for the montage. You're going to watch it for his training montage. Don't we all watch Rocky just purely for the training montage? Because we all just want to be like that.
Yep. So looking forward to this one. This is obviously out in March, so next month. And then this, honestly, I might be corny, I might be a 90s, 80s baby or whatever, but this is my favourite horror film, Scream. I loved Scream when I was growing up. Scream, what is it? I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like, they're my nucleus of horror films that I loved growing up. Corny horror films, slasher movies. Scream number 5 when it came out was great. And now Scream number 6 is coming out, and I cannot wait for it. There's two characters there that have come back. Gal Weathers come back, and then you've got what's her name, plays Kirby in it. She's come back. Hayden Panettiere. She's back in it. But I'm like, it's in New York now, man. Like, this is what I'm waiting for. I can't wait. Love Scream. Love Ghostface. Yes.
It does look good. I mean, I quite like the first Scream movie. I have to be honest. I do like the first one. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the twist in the whole thing. I thought that was a really, really clever way of doing it. I like that they've got Jenny Ortega involved for this movie, mainly because all I can see is Wednesday Addams. Yeah. So I'm all for it. I actually probably will watch this, to be fair. Even though I don't like horror movies, it's cheesy, isn't it?
Yeah, she was in number 5, and obviously she was like the heroine, the main character, and obviously she's come back now as this. But she's a great actress. Like, she's all over it. the moment, and she's really, really good. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing this. And I think they've done 7 or 8 character posters like this, which again just opens up to say, right, who's the killer, who is Ghostface. But very much looking forward to this, and I cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
So that was all the trailers. If you do want to check them out, just literally type in trailers from the Super Bowl and you can see them. There was lots of Indiana Jones. There was a Breaking Bad promo. There's Fast and the Furious number 10, where they literally build a Barbie house and they fly to Mars on it, because that's probably what's going to happen.
When are they going to stop with? I mean, I know this is probably the last one, but what on earth are they going to do? I mean, in the last one they went to space.
Yeah.
How would you top that? Are they going to go Are they going to go back in time? Also, I'll tell you what, like, I do like the Fast and the Furious movies, and I like what they're doing with this movie, like kind of tying it all together, and everyone's back in it. But where's Dwayne?
Yeah,
put it out there.
I don't think we had this discussion on Monday, and I don't think Dwayne was going to come to it with everything that he's had going on with Vin Diesel and stuff like that. So they've kind of put it on Jason Statham now and John Cena. But hey ho, I'm going to watch it anyway.
I will.
So yes, we are at the business end again, and it's the Killer Comics show, Killer Covers, and we are now going to close the voting. And in third place is myself with 24% of the votes.
Are you sure you got this right way around? Has the algorithm done it the wrong way around?
I'm not sure. In Charlie, 24% of the votes is myself in third place. In second place is Tom with 34% of the votes, and in first place with 41% of the votes is Andy. So Andy is now slowly coming up behind you, mate. So yeah.
It's nothing slowly about Andy coming up behind me.
There we go. So yes, that's Andy. Well done, mate. Well done. Now, the Killer Comics show sneak peek for next week. Yeah, I did get there, mate. I literally got robbed there, and it was daylight robbery as well. Absolute daylight robbery. But hey ho, you can't win them all. Just be lucky that you got myself and Tom on the show with you for over an hour. That's all I need. That's all the love and thanks I need. So the Killer Comics show sneak peek for next week. Now there is going to be no comic review next week. There's going to be no killer covers. There's going to be no toy picks. There's going to be no topic table, because we have the one and only Dan Panasian, the man that can do everything, is going to be on the show. Really, really looking forward to this. Tom, you might have to step in if I start getting overheated and sweating quite a bit, because I am literally a fanboy of this guy. He is fantastic. He rewrote one of my favorite novels and movies of all time, Alice in Wonderland, created the fantastic Alice Ever After. So yeah, make sure you check us out at 9 p.m. UK time, when we will be joined by none other than the man of many talents, Mr. Dan Panasian. Very much looking forward to that.
Don't worry, mate. I'll hose you down.
Good. So yes, and then as always, you can check us out on our socials. So yes, you can check us out on Instagram, on Twitter, and we have our individual pages as well. So yes, Ashley, if you're looking for the Killer Comic Show Instagram, check out one of them. But then also make sure you follow, subscribe, and like to each individual social page there, I guess, isn't it? Yeah. Right.
Absolutely. So, yeah. And those of you who are listening and not like watching, to find us on Instagram, it is literally just the Killer Comic Show.
Yes, the Killer Comic Show. And on Twitter, it's Killer Comic Show. And as always, massive shout out to the one and only Tim and Lucy from Hobgoblin's Hideaway. Fantastic shows all the time. The best in the business is what they do. Their auctions, their giveaways, their comic knowledge, their packing of their comics. Fantastic. Honestly, the best on Whatnot, the best on Vault. Facebook group is always fantastic place. It's like, as Andy always says, it's like going out but staying in. Honestly, it's a fantastic time to be had, and they've always got their comics are second to none. Their grades are amazing, and they're always good quality comics. So make sure you head over to the website, hobgoblinshideaway.co.uk, scan the barcode for the Facebook group, head over to Instagram at hobgoblins.hideaway, and then Whatnot is hobgoblins_hideaway. They've actually got a show on tomorrow, I think it is, and then they've got 2 shows over the weekend. So make sure you head over there and give it a little tingle. Chris Bell said, Facebook Live claim 25th same day digital chapter 4 launches on Kickstarter. What a time to be alive. What a time.
Absolutely.
Alive. But yes, that's it.
What?
Another show down, mate. Another show down. Bish, bash, bosh.
Bish, bash, bosh.
Thank you for everyone that joined us on this Thursday night. Thanks for getting involved. Thanks for placing the votes. If you do, if you've got any comments or you want to see something else from the show or something else from the YouTube channel, like the Monday video dropping on a Friday, if you want to see more comics involved in that, give us a message either on here or over on Instagram and let us know. Yes.
Absolutely. And if you're not following us on Instagram or Twitter, you should be. Exactly. And feel free to smash the like button, hit the thumbs up, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the content that Charlie is going to be putting out all of the time, because he's a hero at the end of the day. And I'll reiterate what Charlie said. Thank you ever so much for everybody being here. I mean, it does mean a lot to us, you guys tuning in every Thursday with us. It does do. It's awesome, to be fair. We love it. We love doing this.
And we do. And what do we always say, Tom?
Stay safe. Stay sexy.
See you later, guys. See you next week.
See ya.